Welcome back to week 2 with Juwan Smith. I'm the Cornhole Cobbler, AJ DeSantis. Thank you guys for tuning in every week. I will be running that raffle very shortly. Look, I only got 2 people this time. I wasn't going to count Juwan since it was his episode. So Scott Leask and Pork Roll, you're popping up here in a minute. I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to all you awesome viewers out there. Seriously, your support means the world to me. Every like, comment, share, and subscription makes a difference, and it helps this channel grow. I truly can't do this without you. And speaking of support, I want to give a special congratulations to Scott Leask for winning last week's share giveaway. Scott, thanks so much for sharing my content and spreading the word. I appreciate it. For everyone else, don't forget we'll be doing more random giveaways and spins in the future. The only way to be eligible is to like, comment, subscribe, and share my videos and podcasts. So hit that notification bell, and you don't want to miss out on a chance to win. All right, man, congratulations. I will get a hold of you very shortly and get that shirt out to you. I want to thank my great sponsors that I already have, though. First off, Chris Rapselli with Crown Homes Real Estate and First State Properties. Chris and his team do a fantastic job. If you are looking to sell a home in Delaware, Pennsylvania, Maryland, or if you're looking to buy the home of your dreams, get a hold of Chris and he will get you set up with that. I would also like to thank the Big Asp Podcast. Their Best of the Bags is going on right now. We have just entered round 2, which means 64 bags have been eliminated. Bag companies, I should say. You might have seen me share a couple posts. Go ahead, follow their page, either heart or wow emoji, the bags of your choice, and let's get behind their tournament. It's a pretty cool thing that they do every year, and it gets quite a bit of attention. So let's check that out and give it a go. I also want to thank Brotherhood Cornhole. They make the most incredible bags. They sailed through to round 2. Again, I always throw the Guardian XH is my bag of choice. I feel like that bag was just made for me. But their Guardian, their Wingman, the new Valor that's coming out, along with their Sentry, and Steel Rain, and Mach 3, they really don't have a bad bag. So if you're in the market for a new bag, hit up their website, check them out. My code no longer works, so that pretty much did give you free shipping. But again, I would still pay full price anyway for them. And then we got Steve Fisher with Precision Home Designs. He goes in and he remodels homes, and I've seen pictures of his work, and he really creates functional, beautiful space. So if there's something that needs to be done around your house and you've just been putting it off, maybe now's the time. Get a hold of Steve. His number and his email's here, and he'll get you a free estimate, and let's make sure that you tell him the Cobbler sent you. All right. Last but not least, Delaware Cornhole. Thanks for everything that you do. You continuously provide top-notch quality events. I know you got a whole team that helps you out. Everyone deserves some kudos. Last but not least, tags. I only have a few left. So if you're interested in getting into this tag game, I will be paying out some money at the end of the spring executive season. I'm going to draw 4 numbers. The lower your number, the better chance you have of winning bigger bucks. But they're numbered 1 through 100. Even 100 has a chance of winning money. So whatever number you're stuck with at the end, well, it could be worth some money. If not, cool keychain for you to keep and have. And that's it. Last week we talked to Juwan, and Juwan went into what it's like as a cornhole player and what he does outside of cornhole. This week, primarily focused all on the ACL. We're going to start off with his bag sponsors, his new bag sponsor this year, what his favorite thing about being a pro and what he dislikes the most. And then we'll also get into how he feels about teams. So check it out. should be about 20 minutes again. We just had a really good conversation, and I couldn't cut out too much. So I hope you enjoy, and I'll catch you next week. Next week will be with Bust You Up Cornhole, Sam Ship, and Jerry Zimmerman. You changed your sponsor this year.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, how'd you find All Cornhole?
So honestly, man, all cornhole found me. I'm not gonna lie. They found me, man, and I'm very happy for that.
Yeah.
That they did. Nothing wrong with cornhole scenario, man. Shouts out to cornhole scenario. Great bag company, man. Great quality bags. I think it was just time for me to, move forward and branch off a little bit
Mm-hmm.
and see what was out there and get a different, see what's different out there.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know
You
what I
have to
mean?
grow.
Yeah, yep. So I mean, yeah, man. So right after Worlds, Rich had reached out. It's the cat's out the bag now. Everyone
Yes.
knows Rich bought all cornhole, and he reached out. And originally, he reached out for me to be a part of BG, and he like called me one night late at night. He was like, "Hey, man, I have an idea. Just hear me out. I know we talked BG, but listen, just hear me out." And I'm like, "Oh Lord, man, what the heck?" So he's like, how would you like to be a part of like all cornhole and kind of create your own brand within that? Because BG is stacked already and
Yep.
they're already kind of established,
Yep.
not saying all cornhole isn't, but all cornhole was on somewhat of a decline,
Yeah.
and they were their bags were a little bit outdated at the time. Not many people were throwing game changers and all slides and stuff. So
But everyone
um,
was back in the day.
everybody was the hottest bag on the planet. Shouts out to Frank Milan, man.
Yeah.
Shouts out to Frank Milan. The baddest bag on the planet at one point. I think it was everybody's first bag they ever threw. When they really started to play serious and bought their first bags, I think it had to be not
Nope.
you.
Nope. I couldn't handle the patch. The patch bothered
Oh
me.
man.
No, I didn't
I
like.
just
I didn't like the feel of it.
really.
No, my first one was kill shots.
Oh, that was a good bag. 357 or
Yep.
three. Yup.
Yep.
Yup. I say usually 357s. Yup.
But yeah. So hold on now. All right, how are you connected to the Aura? Because that's a brand new bag as well.
So man, the aura was I threw last year. I threw with Coral Scenario, the copycat,
Mm-hmm.
and it was the hybrid carpet, like I guess the staple you want to say Wizard L or Wizard
I thought it
of
was
that carpet.
herringbone.
I'm sorry, herringbone. I'm so sorry, not hybrid carpet. Yes,
Yep.
herringbone. Yep, 100%. The herringbone fabric and yeah, man. I threw that bag very well last year with Coral Scenario for what I feel like was a decent season for a rookie. And I just was like, hey, Rich, like, he's like, oh, yeah, these are already coming. Just trying to figure out a name. And so he sent me some prototypes, and it was just it from there. It was my favorite bag.
Dude,
I
that's
may be
awesome.
switching though. I might start trying to run hole a little more and go Phoenix, but that's just not me. I kind of want something in front of the hole, like, and I'm just more comfortable with slower bags.
I also
Right.
want to ask about Chicago and your thoughts on teams.
Man, I think we're a very, very sneaky underrated team that like we may not have the flashiest players like where the roster is just from top to bottom flashy. Our best player isn't flashy, but he's top 5 every year, top 2 every year, you know what I mean?
Right.
Mark Richards. So
Yep.
I just feel like Mark Richards is more like as a GM from his standpoint. I feel like he's thinking more of guys who can be in the middle as much as possible. Guys that he can go pick up that could be in the middle as much as possible. With him picking up Gary Bearpaw and guys like me who are just kind of like we have shots in our arsenal, but we're in the middle of the whole. We're in the middle of that board most of the time, and I think that's
Right.
what guys he was kind of trying to go for more so.
Okay.
Yeah, and reliability too, guys who can be there.
So there's a lot of players that are regionally based in teams, but you're not from the Midwest.
Not at all. Maryland, baby.
Yeah, because I know you're close. Um,
Yeah.
so is it weird supporting some place that you're not from? Because in professional sports, when you sign with a team, you go move to the team, so that's your area too.
At your area, right?
But now you're repping an area that's not yours. Is that weird?
Nah, man. It's kind of cool because it gives me a little bit of the like. Of course, like I had a dream. Like my dream was to play in the NBA growing up, like playing basketball, and I played basketball my whole life. And like it kind of gives me that kind of vibe of like a real professional player. You may not rep, you may have to rep somewhere you hate. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
but it's your job and it's what you signed up for. And I really didn't get to choose have too much of an option of where I went. You know what I mean? And
Right.
I feel like that's kind of how it is with the NBA. If you come out of college, you're gonna really get drafted to where whoever gets to pick you up first.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So I kind of like that feeling of like it kind of is starting to bring the professionalism of cornhole out, like the benefit, like kind of like little small things like that of being a pro. You know what I mean?
Actually,
Rapping for
I'm glad
food.
you said that because I honestly believe that teams has to be the future for cornhole.
I think so too, man.
But it's because it's how you're going to have to structure high school and college to make it a team event rather than just sending these kids out to tournaments.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly. I think it could even go even deeper as far as like I'm not sure if if you said this too, but like guys, like maybe the ACL starts to maybe move guys out and it starts off as, we're all in the same apartment complex or something. And you know what I mean? And they pay for our housing and when it gets a little bit, when they start drafting people right out of college, things like that.
yeah.
Maybe married men aren't going to all be in you know what I mean? They can't move their family there, stuff like that. But you know what I'm getting at? Just like you're going to like put people in those regions in the teams that they were drafted to so that they can play together as a team, practice, get reps in every single day, and really take the game to the next level.
So, do you know what NACA is at the NACA?
Naka, not familiar.
Okay. It pretty much
MLC?
you heard of that one, right?
I think so. Yeah.
All right. So the organizations themselves, a lot to be desired. However, I love their team format. Their team format,
Right.
they have singles and doubles, and they're all worth a certain point. So
Okay.
you put your best players going for your most points.
Okay.
So after the 4 or 5 team game or matches, you add up your points, and then you airmail battle to 21 with whatever points that you started with you earned.
That's dope.
So I
That's
love the
different.
team format they have.
Yeah, that's different,
Because
man.
well, every match matters. And I
Yeah,
guess they're
yeah.
going to this team format this year where every match should matter more than they did last year at least.
Mm-hmm.
But still, I feel like putting each one at a different point set value amount, you're going to put your headliners against your headliners.
Right.
So every match is going to be competitive and rather than just punting some of your matches.
Right. For like a strategy type thing.
Right.
Yeah. I do like that. I do like that.
You're now in year 2 of being a pro. What is the best part of being a pro and what is the worst?
The best part of being a pro is being able to compete at the highest level. Being able to compete at the highest level, there's nothing like national number one. I'm going to say all the signatures. Signature 1 through 6 this year, and national 1 through 4 last year. There was nothing better than everybody in that building can call themselves the best players in the world, and you can go and compete, you know,
Mm-hmm.
for a title. Um, and also being able to another thing I love about being a pro is being able to like give advice and people look for that advice from you. You know what I mean? Because like Like, why not take advice from a pro? I'm taking advice from Mark Richards. I'm taking advice from Tony if they give it to me because they're at another level. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, so being able to give that advice and to watch people go and make that accomplishment is a great thing as a pro. The worst thing, the worst thing, man, I would have to say not being wanted at your weekly blind draws, league nights, your local events.
Yeah.
You like literally I do not go there to bully. I go there to just get better
Hmm.
and to work on my game, but you just feel the tension of like, why are you here? You know what I mean?
Look, we
Now
love our
there's
local pros up here.
well, I love that. I love that. And maybe I need to move to Delaware, but it's just I guess the area I live in,
Oh no, I see
they
it.
yeah, they do not there it's just like a why are you here? Like there's a bunch of tournaments of no pros allowed and no two pro pair ups and stuff like that and no two pros allowed on one team and I'm like, dude, these are my friends. Like
Yeah.
the pros are my friends. These who I travel with. We have like six pros in our one club.
Right.
There's six of us, and it's like we're all friends. We travel together. We split Airbnbs, but then you tell me that we can't be on the same team. Like, I get it. It's not fair. I do understand, but it's just like sometimes I'm just like we aren't wanted. That's all. So that's just the worst part about being a pro because if I didn't have the pro status on my belt, I would just be a really good cornhole player
Yep.
that came to my weekly stuff and nothing would happen.
Yeah.
But the fact that I'm a pro, it's like you're just trying to take our money and you're just this, and I'm just like so.
All right. Next question.
Mhm.
So the ACL next year is shrinking to 100-ish pros.
Whew.
Is this good or is this bad?
I think it's good, honestly. I think it's good for a few reasons. I think it's good if there's any plans of trying to become an Olympic sport.
Okay.
I I think it's good if we're really trying to have more professionals that can work on their craft without a 9 to 5 and be able to travel more freely without asking for PTO
Mm-hmm.
and be able to dedicate more time to the game. Imagine if the ACL got this down to 100 players, they budgeted well enough to be able to pay every player a salary and they got their own sponsor on top. Now there'll be more money for BG or for all these bag sponsors to give more money to the pros,
Mm-hmm.
and the pros can they can not have to work another job and actually give their all. Now there will be contract clause, of course, where your posting needs to be. If you're not posting 3 or 4 times a day, you're not getting paid
But
because
your
we need to
sponsor should
push
also be
this.
doing this for you as well. They
Exactly.
they should also be creating content with you to be
With
able
you.
to post. So
Exactly.
that is
But
a two-way street.
that's a two-way street. But it's just not enough time in the day for that with with only there's probably a handful of professionals that don't work that are over the age of 21.
I was going to say it said the ACL just came out and said 20%.
That's not I don't believe that.
Look how many juniors there are.
But no, but that's in the elite division. There's not that many juniors in
Eight,
just the pro division.
eight pros.
There's eight junior pros,
Yes.
and there's still 256.
Yep.
And outside of those eight,
Hold on, but what about all the college kids?
those aren't they aren't pros.
Oh, no, no,
They've
no.
been
There's a whole bunch that before the Winthrop got involved that signed on to be a pro that are still college aged. So they're like 21, 22 years old. Whether they're in
right.
college or not, they don't have the same life responsibilities.
Well, yeah, okay. I get that. I get that. So then I guess we need to talk about a different. Let's let's go to a different age group then.
Yeah, because you
Let's
you cut
say
me out. At 40 years old, you're not going to pay me enough to be able to leave my job.
exactly,
Yeah,
exactly. And so if we get more people doing that, I think. I mean, I don't know, man. I think that there's enough money in this sport with weaning it down to those top players, and I think it becomes more deserving as well.
I completely agree with you.
Please don't stop doing what you're doing. We need more people like you, man. Really.
So, look, I am all about trying to promote this game and make it better. But honestly, if Delaware Cornhole was smaller, I wouldn't be able to do half the shit that I'm doing.
Yeah.
But Delaware Cornhole is a monster of a club, and that gives me the outlet to be able to do all of this stuff. I had to get the whole thing out. Like I said, we had a very long conversation, and it, I still cut out half an hour worth of material just to get you what I got you. I will see you next week. Lock, load, aim, and fire.